What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. This is Asa Studio. In today's tutorial I'll be showing you how to retouch your images, and believe me, watch to the end because we're going to be doing some face alignment and face feature correction, meaning we're going to be using the Liquify tool a lot in this photo before we do some other basic adjustments. So this tutorial is basically for both beginner and intermediate, and maybe if you find some helpful tips that can actually take your photo or your editing retouching skills to the next level. So let's dive right into it. Now let's take a look at the photo and examine what we're going to be changing and the edits we're going to be doing. Okay, so first thing first, I want to point out the color of the eyes. So take a look at the color of the eyes. It's not actually white. It simply means the white balance. We need to set to do something about the white balance, and also take a look at the top of our eyebrow and beneath our eyebrow. The color of both the skin on our forehead, how shiny it is not the same with this part of the eyes, which is around the eyes. This place I'm hovering my mouse over, and you can also see that as well as this place. Now I'm going to zoom in. Now you see the future of the face, which is the mouth. The first one is the mouth. This side of the mouth is not aligned with this way this one is. It's just as if it's a little bit bent, not the same or symmetrical with this other side. Okay, and apart from that, the jaw, this place is not the same with this place. I just want to show you just little things to get your photo look amazing and correct the features of the face. So let's dive right into the tutorial proper, and as well as one bonus tip, if you want to make the hair black as well, but only that we're going to kill the reflection, because we see that the hair is red, and that is because of the lightning of the image. So over here you can see that the reflection of the lightning is the red, so it's above our head, and you can as well see it on our head right here. So I'm not going to do the editing of making the hair, make sure the hair is black, as well as we can do that, but I'm not going to be doing that. So let's get started. The first thing first, let's try and correct this color, the color above our eyes. And for us to do that, we're going to be using the adjustment, hue and saturation. So whenever you want to correct the skin aligned, make the skin tones uniform, I always use the hue and saturation. And how do I do this? I select this hand tool and I click on where I want to correct, and I'm going to click on this part, and definitely you're going to see this slider down below. Now for us to catch just this place alone, the difference in color, I'm going to increase the hue. Now once you increase the hue, notice the difference in color. You see this place is light green, and you see this place is just darker, kind of blue. So now I'm going to move the slider to where I get just that color alone. I want it to appear just on this side alone. Okay, so keep adjusting till you have just the color alone. So this, I'm going to take this forward, so right there, and take this till you have something like this, and I'm as well going to adjust this one till we have something like this, and I'm going to make this one, just to make sure, adjust it. So this good, turn it off and on, and you can see the place is selected just where we need it. Okay, so now let's make this zero back the hue. Now we are going to adjust the hue and make sure it matches that of the face. So I'm going to leave it somewhere around the ear, and also increase the saturation so it matches that of the face. So let's take it a little bit higher till we have it. I'm still increasing it. Okay, so this is good for me, and I'm going to decrease the lightness to somewhere about, let's say half of, -50 should do the trick. Okay, so now you can see the difference. This is before, and then this is after. I'm going to zoom in. This is before, and then this is after. Notice how the yellow around the face is gone. So we'll move to the next one, which is the correction of the eye, the color of the eye. So I'm going to use a solid layer for that. So grab a solid layer, go to solid color, and then just pick any color and turn it off, and I'm going to double click and select the color of the eyes. So this is how I usually make my eyes white, get a clean eyes. I'm going to drag this below and take it up a little bit and click OK. Now I'm going to turn it on and change the blending mode to divide. Yeah, let's put it on divide. So now it's on divide. Now everywhere is going to be bright because it functions like a white balance, and I don't just want that all over because these places are blown out. So I'm going to invert the mask, Ctrl I, and then I'm going to grab the brush and paint just the eyes alone. Paint it with color as for white as our foreground color, to something like this. I'm going to do the same as well as this one. It's going to brighten the eyes. Now let's make sure that it's natural, looks natural. So for it to look natural, we're going to take it up and somewhere around there. Now this is not just the end. I'm going to grab one more layer, which is the hue and saturation. Now I'm going to clip it to this layer below by hitting this button, and I'm going to increase the saturation. So notice how if I increase the saturation, it makes the eyes more whiter. It functions, you think if we desaturate it, is going to make this, desaturating is going to make it red, so increasing the saturation is going to make it, more white than before, whiter than before. So this is how to get white eyes. I'm going to group it together so we know, turn it off and on. So that's just a way to get a white eyes. Okay, so now let's go ahead and do Ctrl Shift Alternate E to create a stand visible layer. Now this is what we're going to be using for our Liquify tool. Now it's time to align the face. So go to Filter and go to Liquify. So here we are in the Liquify panel, and the tool I'm going to be using more is the forward wrap tool, the trail tool, and the pucker and this blot tool. So let's start with the pucker tool. I'm going to zoom in, and the pucker tool, you can use it to create more definition. Why? Because it's actually defined the features the more. So I'm going to do this. You can just see how it's making things go inside and creating. I'm just clicking on it, and I don't know if you can see it. So this is before. You can just see the adjustment on the nose. So this before and after. Now for this place, I'm going to use the blot tool. So take the blot tool and decrease the size. I'm going to take it all the way up and just bring it up a little bit, and take the pucker tool and take this place inside. Okay, so I'm trying to align the face inside. Okay, so now I'm going to take the pucker tool as well, and I'm going to bring this place out. Okay, and now I'm going to switch to this one, make it smaller, and take this place up a bit. Let's take it all the way up a bit like this, and take this place up to align. I'm going to shift this place a bit. Okay, so now we need to bring this down. Bring this down and take this place up. Okay, so now let's switch to the face feature and make her smile a bit like this. And also I'm going to take this one inside, and the feature of the face, leave out one, take this inside. Now it seems like it's a little bit aligned, but it's not yet aligned well, so we need to bring this downwards. So let's take this one and make it bigger and bring it just down like this. Good. Okay, now I need to take this, push this in for it. Okay, so now I want to align the cheek and this one together. So notice how I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this with the trail tool. And how do I do that? I'm going to increase the size till it matches that of the head. So something like this. And then I'm going to hold Alt and just click as fast as I can, left click. So you can see what I just did. So let's do before and after. So notice how I twisted the head and it's just aligned everything together. So look at this side is shifted. Let me pick this one. This side is shifted to this side, but a quick alignment with this just make everything uniform. All right, I'm going to go ahead and make some adjustments, and then we'll come back to the photo. Okay, so one other adjustment to make the eye defined is this use of the poker tool, and I'm going to just click over here and decrease the eye so it's okay. So let's bring out the nose. I'm going to bring out the nose this way. Just keep tapping on it and taking the poker tool to create some sense of depth in between the nose. So something like this. I'm going to take this one and then bring it out all the way. Alright, so now take a look at the forehead. I'm going to bring it down. Take a look at the forehead. I'm going to take out the blur tool, and I want to create this contour here as well. So I'm going to increase and then do the same by bringing out the contour out the more so it matches that of this one. So in all we've done, now I can also use it to remove this blemishes right here. So just take the poker tool and decrease it and click to remove that, and it's going to go. It's function like a more like a frequency separation thing. So in order to just remove, and as well this one. So anything you want to remove, you could use that. Alright, so that's that. Now we can go back to our image. It's okay. Let's see our before and after quickly. So this is our before, and then this is our after. Just zoom in and see the changes we made before and then our after. So it's aligned. Now that we've made the changes, you can see that the face, the eye is now more straight the way it should be. We can remedy that by creating another stamp visible layer from this one. Let's turn this off and creating a stamp visible layer. Control Shift Alternate E to create a stamp visible layer. So now I've created a stamp visible layer. Let's turn on the ones we use in editing, which is this first one. This you can see. Okay, so now I'm going to mask out. We need to mask out one. Let's do the masking out of this one. So mask it out and invert the mask and grab the brush tool, make it bigger and make the foreground color white. And this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to be erasing. So paint with white, erase with white like this. Sorry, Ctrl Z. Let's do that again. Let me take everything, make sure it's black. Okay, so this is black. I want to remove it from the top. Remove it from the top of our eyes. So let's paint the eyes. Paint with white like this. Okay, I think we just add a remedy to that. Turning it off, making it show. Okay. We're supposed to invert the mask. Control I. Okay, so now it's hidden. Let's turn it back on. Okay, now we're good. Okay, yeah, so now it's aligned enough. Okay, so now we can do frequency separation. Create a stamp visible layer. Let's merge this one instead of creating a stamp visible layer, and let's do some frequency separation. For us to do frequency separation, let's duplicate the layer twice and name this one color. Hit enter, name this one texture. So now we're gonna turn the texture layer off, turn this on, go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and we're gonna blur it. Let's just blur it to when we don't see the features of the face. Okay, so that should be fine. Then click OK. But the more you blur, the more texture you have. So click on the texture layer and go to image, apply image, and on the layer select color. For the blending mode, select subtract and scale to offset 128. Click OK and change the blending mode to linear light. So now for the texture layer, you are going to use the clone stamp tool, while for the color layer you are going to use the mixer tool brush. Now your mixer tool brush should have a clean brush. Width should be 9, between 9 and let's say 14, and the rest should be set like this. just look for what works for you. Okay, so now I'm going to select the color layer and then blend with the mixer tool brush. So let me increase the size of the brush, and then I blend by just moving around with your mouse. And one thing you need to know is avoid the highlights. I like avoiding the highlights because it doesn't make the image looks flat. So I'm going to blend in well. Still gonna do that. So now mostly I know she added some makeup, so I'm just going to blend these two together more. Know that I want to make the makeup disappear, but just to blend the image together. So like this. I'm gonna zoom out and then do same with this place. So you need to take your time and make sure you finish your frequency separation, blending the whole skin together. Avoid the highlight because your image is actually going to look dull if you don't. Alright, so I'm going to take it out and make it bigger and do this place as well. So I guess it should be perfect by now. Alright, so mostly what I want to explain to you is how to use the Liquify to align your image properly. So let's click on the texture layer and go to clone stamp to increase the size of the brush, and let's tidy up some blemishes by holding down Alt and sampling an area. So hold down Alt on the keyboard, sample, and then hide like that, sample and then hide, sample, hide. I'm going to zoom out and see if we have more other Alt, sample, hide, hide, and keep doing that. So let's zoom out, let's zoom in. So that's looking okay for me. Alright, so this is okay. I'm going to zoom in right here, hold down Alt, select, and then hide this one, hide this. Let's remove this one, even if it doesn't look distracting. Well, we'll leave it. Alright, so now that we've done with the frequency separation, I'm going to blend this place the more with the mixer tool brush. Decrease the size of the brush and blend it. So something like this. Alright, so select the two, group it together. Okay, let's create this time visible layer. Control Shift Alternate E. Control Shift Alternate E to create this time visible layer. And we can go to camera raw filter and address some issue. Now, like I said, if you want to make the air black, you can do that, but I'm not going to do that because the lighting is red. So go to filter, camera raw filter. Let's start with the basic tab. Under the basic tab, we can leave it at auto and as custom, of which we don't have any custom, and as short. So let's pick on the sampler tool and just pick on this place, and you can see the custom creates a worm. You can adjust it by taking it backwards. So I'm going to leave it like this. Maybe that's -2. I like setting it and decreasing the magenta as well, the tint. Okay. Now we could increase the highlight. Since we don't want to do some dodging and burning, I could decrease the white, increase the shadow, we can decrease the black to create more depth to the image. Okay, so just see how the blacks increase the depth of the image. I'm going to give it more texture. Okay, and we're going to close that, and let's go to the color mixer section. Let's start with the hue. Okay, so let's make the yellow more yellow. If we take it red, it's going to be red, so we don't want that. I want it yellow, so not too much, just a bit of yellow. And I don't want to alter the color red of the air, so I'm going to leave it at red. And the yellows, let's take it backwards. I guess there's no other color. So for the saturation, we could increase the saturation of the orange and the yellows and the red as well, just a bit. Okay, I'm going to close that and then go to the calibration. Take the red primary backwards just for dark skin, and take the blue forward and find the green sweet spot for the green. So I'm going to leave it like this, should be fine. Let's turn it off and on. So not a very big change. I'm going to hit OK, and let's see our final image. And so we arrive at our final image, which is this one to this. Okay, so one other last thing I would like to do is to apply the melanin lot to it, and let's see how it looks like when we apply the melanin lot I created. If you want to get the melanin lot, is on the description below. So let's add in color lookup, and I'm going to go load the melanin lot under the color lookup. So let's go to load lot, load 3D lots. So I'm going to use the melanin as lot, and this is what we have after using the melanin lot. Give us some red, so before and then the after. Let's give it a little bit touch of brownish skin. Okay, so let's see the one let's group everything together. Hold down shift and group it together. So I'm going to turn it off before and then the after, before and then the after. If I open up and turn this off, I could do before and then the after, before and then the after. So I'm going to turn this on back, so before and then the after. Just take a look at the way the transformation is. So before and after. So thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed the video, kindly like the video and let me know in the comment section what you think. If you're new to the channel, kindly subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Once again, this is ASAS Studio.